Okay, so this is the should be the final one for we're getting ready for exam 3. Okay, let's get our paper, pencil. Bring the thing down. There we go. Title M108 exam 3 review, and this is F. Okay, that's the sixth one. That should be the last. Okay, first thing I want to tell you, what if you have something that looks like this? A circle. Split into various types. I'm just going to do something like that. Right? And they're talking about an angle. Just bear with me. Bear with me. And this is, it's something going on in a school. So that's the people that are doing food. Right? It's people, whatever, budget, doesn't really matter. Then there's something called other. Right? Other miscellaneous things, part of the thing, and part of the school. Then there's maintenance. That's another slice. Maintenance. And there's another slice which would be the faculty. And then there's another slice which will be the students. Okay, now, here's how the question will be approximately phrased probably. How many degrees? How many degrees is x0, meaning they want this one right here. They want this one, that slice. How many degrees is that angle? Now, here's the so 1 second. I'm sorry. Plus you get some information. They tell you about how many students there are. There are 200 students. You get information about faculty. There are 100 faculty. What about maintenance? Okay, so maintenance, let's say there's 100 people working on maintenance. How about other miscellaneous things? Other that's going on here? There are 100 people, another 100 people. And then finally, we have, right? So what do we have? Students, 200. We have 200, 100, 100, 100, 500. That's 800. Looks like. Okay. Anyway, what's the last one? Food. Food is 300 people working with the food. Okay. Now, you want to know how many degrees this angle is? Where the food is? How many degrees in a circle? I'll tell you the answer. They don't necessarily tell you this, but you need to remember this. And you might know this from the past. 360 degrees in a circle. Okay. So, if we want to know what that angle is, the angle for food, how many people working in food? 300. How many are there total? 200, 300, 400, 500, 800. Total, 800. Okay, so there's 300 is to 800. As that angle, I don't know what that angle is, but it's called x, is to 360 degrees. That's the ratio. That's how they want to figure this out. What do you do when you have a ratio? You cross multiply. Cross multiply. So it's going to be 800x equals 300 times 360. That would be 3 zeros. And 3 times 36 is going to be 108. That would be what? 108,000. Okay, you divide, we need x. Divide by 800 on the left and divide by 800 on the right. 800, and get your calculator. Figure it out, and you'll have x equals, and that will be how much the degrees that angle is worth. That's how to take care of a problem like this. Okay. 2 more things to tell you, and then we're finished getting ready for this exam. What if you have as follows? 4x, This is an old problem. 4x plus 8y equals negative 16. And you're supposed to find the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and you're supposed to graph it. Okay. If you remember, that tic-tac-toe will get us an x and y intercept. If x is 0, what's y? 8y is equal to negative 16. Divide by 8 left, divide by 8 on the... So if x is 0, and this disappears, divide by 8 on both sides, and you get y is equal to negative 2. Here is our y-intercept, as a matter of fact. Hold on, bear with me. What if you make y 0? You make y 0. Then 4x is equal to negative 16. Divide by 4 on the... This would be gone. Divide by 4 on the left, divide by 4 on the right, and you get a negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. Here is our y-intercept. Wherever there's a number, the 0 is not going to be where the x-intercept is. Wherever there's a number, that's going to be the intercept, so that's the y-intercept. The number's underneath the y. Here the number's underneath the x. Here's going to be our x-intercept. There's our two intercepts. Right? You got both the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of the x-intercept and the y-intercept. How do you graph this? Go to a graph. I don't even have to make a big one here. Right over here. And you plot 0, negative 2. 0, negative 2. That's 1, 2 right here. You plot negative 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4 back to the left over here. If I want to be really careful, I'll call this 0, negative 2. I'll call this negative 4, 0. I'm right. I'll label everything. Connect the 2, and there's our graph. And we finished this problem. That's number 2 is over. Okay, I got one more thing to say. Let's bring down the paper. Bring up the paper, rather. Right? And I think I have plenty of room for my last thing that I need to say. Okay, here it is. Let's say there are a total of 4 cats. Let's say there are 4 cats in some shelter or something, whatever, and 5 dogs. Okay, you're going to choose 5. You're going to choose. Someone's going to choose 5 animals randomly. 5 animals randomly. Right, so they're somewhere, they don't even look, they're blindfolded, and they just choose this, and this. 5 of these animals randomly. Right, they're all in a box, whatever the case is, all in a cage, and you just choose 5. Now, here's the question. What's the probability of getting 2 cats and 3 dogs? Now, is order important or not? The 2 cats are going to be 2 cats, whether the red cat comes out first or the black cat comes out first. It doesn't matter. You're getting 2 cats. Same thing with 3 dogs. So therefore, the diagnosis is order is not important. Okay? That leads us to, therefore, it's a combination. What should we do? How do we take care of this? Here's how you take care of it. What's the probability that any combination of this can happen? There's a total of 9 animals there, and you're picking a total of, you're the total of 9 animals, and you're picking 5, right? You're choosing 5 out of the 9 animals. Anything can happen. You can pick from dogs, cats. That's your denominator. Those are all the possibilities that can happen, and order's not important. So that's the denominator. The numerator is, we're interested in what? We're interested out of the 4 cats, 2 of them, we get 2 of them. And out of the 5 dogs, you get 3 of them. You multiply these 2 for your numerator. That's your denominator. You go get a calculator, figure this out. Don't forget what that C of NR, the formula is, n factorial over r factorial over n minus r factorial. One of our first videos, V1 or V2, talks about that. You'd have to go back to that if you're rusty on that. And that's it. That was the 3rd thing I needed to tell you. Let's cordon this off. That was the 3rd thing I needed to tell you. I'll put the 3 over here. And now we have finished getting ready for exam 3. Okay, let's stop this video.